you ever feel like everyone else is doing better than you? You see people with more money, better opportunities. They're out enjoying fun experiences, attending fancy events, and you wonder, how are they so lucky? Meanwhile, you're just stuck watching it all unfold on Instagram or social media. You catch yourself thinking, why isn't my life as perfect as theirs? Maybe you grew up with nothing. No vacations, no fancy clothes, no safety net. You didn't get to go to the best college, not because you didn't want to, but because you couldn't afford to. And now the people you grew up with, they seem to have it all. Successful careers, beautiful families, traveling the world, managing life so effortlessly. Meanwhile, you're just trying to hold it all together. Maybe you're stuck in a career you don't love, or you're a stay at home parent feeling overwhelmed. I remember when I became a mom, my whole world changed. It was the best feeling ever, but I didn't fully understand the daily responsibilities I was taking on. The stress of making sure my child was cared for 24/7 was overwhelming at times. Maybe you're a first time parent just like I was, and everything feels new and heavy. You're trying to manage your relationship with your partner, your child, your work, and maintain a good home environment. And it's just too much. Now that my son is older, I've gotten used to the daily tasks I have to do for him. But there are still days when I'm pushing through, running on empty, hoping I can make it to bedtime. And when people say, everyone does it, so can you wonder why it feels so impossible for you. Then you scroll through Instagram, and all you see are perfect pictures, achievements, celebrations. You start to feel you're falling behind. No matter how hard you try, you can't catch up. Life has always been an uphill battle for you. Even in your relationships or raising your child, it hasn't been easy. You're struggling, trying to do your best. And with everything going on, it feels like you haven't accomplished much. You're not necessarily depressed because you do see how much you have, but the intrusive thoughts creep in at night. They keep you up. You lose sleep over them. Sometimes you just feel drained, like you have no more energy left to do anything. And that's when the self-criticism creeps in. You start calling yourself lazy or unmotivated. But the truth is, you just need a break, a moment to breathe, a moment to be, without the pressure of doing. Every day you carry more than people can see. And now that you're older, you thought it would get easier, but it feels even harder. You finally understand what your family went through. They didn't complain much either. They had even less than you. And you realize you should be grateful, but somehow nothing ever feels enough. Why do we feel this way? Here's the truth. Your path is not supposed to look like anyone else's. You don't know if those people are truly happy or if it's all just a show for social media. Yes, some people had a head start. That's unfair, but it doesn't mean you're less than. It means your strength, your resilience, your growth, everything you've lived through brought you here, and you've accomplished so much with so little. As a parent, your journey will shape your children's strength too, because you went from having nothing to building something beautiful. You are not behind. You are building something real. Even if it doesn't look shiny right now, it only makes the weight heavier when you compare. There will always be someone who seems better by your own standards, but that person will never be you. You are unique. You are special in your own way. And that's why the people who truly love you love you. What really matters is that you create a beautiful life, your version of it. And for that, you don't need much. It all starts with believing in yourself and finding the small joys in life. Life is so precious, and you'd be surprised how many people would trade places with you. Just as there's always someone living better, there's always someone living with less. Insecurity blurs your vision, but your story, it's still unfolding, and it's powerful. So the next time that voice creeps in and tells you you're not enough, that voice that compares you to others, that tells you you've fallen behind, that whispers you should be further along by now. Remind it, I may not have had everything, but I'm becoming everything I was meant to be, because your value isn't defined by what you own, or how far you've gone, or how perfect your life looks from the outside. It's defined by your effort, your compassion, your ability to keep going, even when it feels like no one sees you. You are not lazy. You are not failing. You are not alone. You're just a human being trying your best in a world that rarely slows down long enough to let us catch our breath. Maybe no one told you this today, but I will. You are doing better than you think. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to not have it all figured out. Your life is not supposed to look like theirs. Your journey is your own, and even if it's slower, quieter, or messier, it's still meaningful. It's still beautiful. Even if no one claps for you, even if your wins feel small, even if you're holding it together with everything you've got, I see you, and I know how heavy that can feel, but you're not alone in this. If this spoke to you, take a moment to breathe right now. Close your eyes and just inhale the truth that you are enough as you are in this moment. You're not behind, you're in progress. And if your heart needed to hear this, comment below. I'm trying my best, because sometimes that's the bravest thing any of us can say. You may not have had everything growing up. You may not have everything now, but every day you're building something powerful, a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more real than ever. This is your reminder. You are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to be you, and that is more than enough.